Today's math lesson is Chapter 2, Lesson 3C, Multiplying Integers. I've given you a chart here to refer to for the rules when you multiply two integers. So let's examine the chart. You can see that when you add two positive integers, you get a positive answer. You already knew that. Second line shows you two negative integers. When you multiply two negative integers, you also get a positive integer. So you can see when the signs are the same, you get a positive answer. When the signs are different, you get a negative answer. So a positive times a negative, or a negative times a positive, will always give you a negative answer. So let's look at some examples. If you have a negative 3 times a positive 5, you will get a negative 15 for your answer. Negative 3, positive 5, negative answer, negative 15. If both signs are the same, in this case a negative 6 times a negative 4, you get a positive 24. So when you're dealing with two factors, that's the rules and how it works out. Now you'll have to break it up a bit when you start putting more factors in there. So in this case, we have negative 4 times positive 2 times negative 3. So negative 4 times a positive 2 will give you a negative 8. Then when you bring down that negative 3, you now have a negative times a negative. What kind of answer will I get? That's right, a positive 24. We also need to talk about how this would work out with exponents. If you have a negative base, let's square that negative 5. That means I'm going to take negative 5 times negative 5. So you can see I have a negative times a negative, so I'll get a positive answer. So when you have a negative base and your exponent is even, you're always going to get a positive answer. What changes is when you have a negative base but an odd exponent. You can pause the video and try to work that out. What kind of answer will you get? Will it be positive or will it be negative? Let's try it. So negative 5 to the third power means I have 3 negative 5s that I'm multiplying. So if I group them up and take a negative 5 times a negative 5, I'll get a positive 25. Then I bring down that third negative 5. Now you see I have a positive times a negative. What kind of answer will I get? That's right, I will get a negative, and it will be 125. So the rule is, if you have a negative base with an even exponent, your answer will always be positive. That's right. But if you have a negative base with an odd exponent, what kind of answer will you get? That's right, you will get a negative answer. So how do you think this will apply to division?